All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Week 16 NFL Picks. We're back here with Gledhill, Gage, and Preston.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop. All right, so 2 more weeks left in the season. Gage, you had a little bit of a actually, I wouldn't say you had a bad week, but you didn't have the best week.
No, everyone else is doing better.
Preston and I went 12-4. Glenn, how did you do last
I
week?
have no clue, but I think I had 3 or 4 losses.
Oh.
Somewhere in that range.
Okay.
Probably 12.
And then Gage 10-6.
Yeah, I got 6 games.
Those 2 games just didn't go your way. Hey, but I will say, did you pick the Cowboys to beat the Rams?
Yes, I did. No, wait, no, I didn't. I got that wrong.
Okay.
I got that wrong.
I know, because Gage, that was the first time you picked against the Cowboys in a while.
That was kind of just a wake-up call for my Cowboys. I didn't say in the video that I wanted to pick against them so I could do better. So,
Right.
but it definitely still got the pick wrong. So.
Well, Preston, it's looking like I'm a jinx again because every time I pick them, they lose. And every time I don't, they win.
I know, this game was crazy because right before the game, Glenn and I were both like, yeah, I just have a feeling the Cowboys are going to win today, even though we both picked the Rams.
Right.
And they didn't just win, they freaking demolished it.
Like, it made me mad almost.
Yeah.
I was like, why is this happening?
Yeah. All right. So no Thursday games this week. The last one was last week. So we have 3 Saturday games. 2 more weeks left in the season, like I said. We'll go ahead and get on into this. We'll start with the first game. It's tomorrow at 12, actually. The Houston, or not tomorrow. Sorry, Saturday. I keep thinking. I don't know what day I'm on.
This is break, guys.
Yeah. So Saturday at 12, Texans at Buccaneers. Texans look to clinch their 4th AFC South title in the last 5 seasons under Bill O'Brien, which is kind of surprising because me personally doesn't think Bill O'Brien is that good of a coach. I think they should have moved on from him a long time ago. But if you're winning games and you're winning your division most of the time, you're not going to get fired.
How many playoff games has he won? I know he beat the Raiders that 1 year, but I don't know.
I think that's about it.
That's only one.
No, the Raiders beat them.
No, he beat the Raiders because the Raiders were starting like Connor Cook or something.
Oh, because Derek Carr got hurt that year. Because I remember the Raiders.
That was the MVP year.
That was the year. That was the year Coach Del Rio got Coach of the Year. They were supposed to go to the playoffs. They were supposed to do really good.
Yeah.
Like that was the year. Like, oh, the Raiders could take out the Patriots. I remember that. Yeah, you're right.
Carr was
And then he broke his leg.
Yep.
That was
But
terrible.
the backup got hurt, so they had a 3rd string guy.
That's right.
And I think that was the same year Marcus. I think that was crazy because that year, that same day, it was Marcus Mariota and Derek Carr. They both broke their leg on the same day. I think it was something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Because I remember Mariota got injured. Anyways, so like I said, Bill O'Brien, I said they should have moved on from him for a long time ago. But Tampa Bay been kind of red hot, 7-7 after starting. Like I'm pretty sure they were like 3-7 at one point, like 2-6 at one point. So Gledhill brought up something earlier about should Jameis Winston be the QB next year? What do you guys think about that whole situation, Gabriel? I'll start with you.
If they keep him, I think it's not a bad decision because it's not that terrible. But if they want to actually go deep into the playoffs, I think they need to find a different quarterback because I just don't think Jameis Winston's a winner. Makes a lot of turnovers at key moments. But other than that, I don't have a problem with Jameis Winston. But if it was my decision, I'd move on from him and get a different quarterback.
I would say, the Buccaneers, they're 7-7 right now. I'd say they're probably going to be, they're going to be at worst 7-9 at this point. So they're going to have, probably picking the 10 to 15 range. So I would say this year, don't draft a quarterback in the first round. I would say look elsewhere, get an offensive lineman, improve that defense a little bit.
Especially the secondary.
Yeah, I would say earlier on in the season, especially when they weren't doing as well, I would say, yeah, you got to get a quarterback with a top 5, top 10 pick. But, I would say not this year, maybe wait a year or 2. Really, don't extend him. I think he might be a free agent right after this year, and then you got to franchise tag him or something.
Yeah.
But don't give him a long-term deal and see what he can do next year. But yeah, I would say next year that he probably will end up being a starter.
I think it's up in the air. I feel like he's their guy for now until they go elsewhere. But I think he's gotten better. I'll give him that. And I think the reason is they got a better coach. They got Bruce Arians. They got a lot of weapons. They got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's really stepped up at the receiving spot this year. So I think their offense is really good. And maybe that gives Jameis Winston a little bit more momentum. Because, it always seemed like he was never in it. He was undisciplined. But that's kind of changed this year, so I'm glad to see him going on the right route with Bruce Arians. But I don't know. Obviously, I think if you get a good quarterback that's better than him, more disciplined, you're going to get just the same numbers and more wins at least.
Right.
So, Preston, what do you think about this whole?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with Bloodhill on this one. I think this year is the year to draft a quarterback, especially with the class that they're gonna have this year. But whether it's in the first, I don't know if it should be in the first round or not. It just kind of depends on where the apple falls. If there's a quarterback who falls, who they've kind of been eyeing and they get him at their pick in the first round, then cool, go ahead and snatch him. If not, try and get one maybe in the second, third, fourth round. That way you can sit him behind Jameis Winston and then develop him. Just don't wait until Jameis Winston, is like so bad to the point where they need to get a quarterback, and then it forces them to draft someone who maybe they're not 100% like sure on, and then just throw them into the fire. So draft someone, develop them, and then hopefully it will be there when the time comes.
That's a good point, because if you see a guy who you think could be your franchise quarterback, you got to go get him. And if they're sitting there, whatever pick they have this year, and they see a guy, they're like, this guy is going to be a franchise quarterback. We love this guy. We've been really studying him. If they're that coaching staff and scouting, they believe that, they got to go make the move to get a franchise quarterback. So.
I don't know. I just don't know if I see it this year though, because when you mean
Right.
outside really the top 10, you got Burrow, Tua, Herbert. Like who else are you gonna get? Like it's gonna be like you like actually could put like all your money down that this guy's gonna be the next guy.
Yeah.
So
Right, exactly. Oh, that's why I'm thinking, unless one of those guys falls, which probably not because so many teams need a quarterback, they're probably going to draft maybe someone in the second, third, fourth round.
Yeah, and they can always trade up too. You never know.
Yeah, they could if they really like someone and someone's willing to give up their pick.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes with Jameis Winston though. All right, so getting on into this game, what is the spread of this game, Bloodhill?
It's a 3-point Houston favorite.
So 3-point on the road. I say that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll let you start this game, Gage.
Yeah, I got the Houston Texans win this one. Even though we talked about Tampa Bay, I think they're doing really hot with their offense and with Bruce Arians. I think the Houston definitely needs to win this game. They got a huge win over the Titans last week at Tennessee, but I don't know. I just trust Deshaun Watson more than Jameis Winston in this game. I'm not really sure about their defense, so it will be kind of a high-scoring game, but I got 28-24. That's what I get the score being for the Houston Texans.
Bloodhill?
All right, so let's look back. So they lost to the Saints 34-17 in Week 11, and then I think after that they scored 35 against the Falcons, win. They scored 28 against the Jaguars, win. They scored 38 against the Colts, win. They scored 38 against the Lions, win. So that's a lot of points over the last four-game win streak. Their offense is playing well right now. But you know what? I think that streak ends here. I got the Houston Texans winning this one. Big game for them. They got a one-game lead over the Titans, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Huge game for their playoff implications. I think Deshaun's gonna have a good day on the road. I think the Buccaneers are one of those teams where 1 week they're gonna play super well and beat a team that maybe you wouldn't think they would beat, and then the next week maybe you think they're gonna play well and then they don't play well. Jameis has a bad day. He has 3 interceptions or something, and I don't know if he's gonna do that bad this week. The Texans don't have a great secondary, so he might have a really good day, but. Ultimately, I think that the Buccaneers are out of the playoff race in the NFC, so I think this game matters a lot more for the Texans. I think they're going to come out and they're going to figure out a way to get this done. So, Texans improved to 10-5. They win it. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to say it's going to be 34-28.
What did you say the score was?
It's a 20-24. So
Okay.
lower than
Preston?
Yeah, so I had the Texans winning in this one as well. Obviously, the Buccaneers have been red hot, so to speak, but if you look at their schedule, they haven't really had any impressive wins in the last 6 games, despite winning 5 out of their last 6 or something like that. And the Texans, they had that tough loss 2 weeks ago, and they were able to bounce back and get a big win over the Titans last week. That was a huge pick for me that I picked the Texans. I just had a gut feeling that they were going to bounce back and beat the Titans, and they did. And so I think, Deshaun Watson's going to come in and he's going to lead the charge and pick apart this Tampa Bay defense. It's going to be a high-scoring game for sure. I got the Texans winning 34-28.
Yeah, I agree. I have the Texans. It's a tough game on the road, especially with Tampa Bay's high-powered offense. I think the Texans, if they win this game, they might have to score more than 30 points, just because on the road, Tampa Bay be able to sling it. I do think what's going to get away from them in this game versus the Buccaneers is they're going to be able to limit the run against Ronald Jones, which is a key factor in their win last week against the Titans. They didn't really allow Derrick Henry to get going, which was forcing Tannehill to pass it and throwing interceptions and just inaccurate throws. And Tannehill's been hot too, and that was a game that they like really kind of set their foot in that division. And because I picked the Titans going into that game, I think we all did, because just how hot they were. So knowing that they're going to see Tennessee here next week, they could possibly be for the division, especially if they lose this game.
Right.
They don't want to drop it. They just want to go ahead and get this game over with, fighting for that not only the division, but possibly a first round bye. It's still possible. I think the Texans get a big win here. I think they're going to have to score more than 30 to beat them, though. So I'm going to say that they win 31-27. They'll win by like 4. So I think they'll just go over the spread.
Sweet.
All right, next game. Saturday, 3:30, Buffalo Bills at New England Patriots. Patriots clinch 11th straight AFC East title with a win. Buffalo, the only way that they can win the AFC East at this point is they beat New England. They have the tie, but New England was still the tiebreaker, so they would have to win the next week and then hope New England loses to Miami. So most likely the Buffalo Bills are not going to be winning the AFC East.
They do get the Jets next week, though, so they probably will finish 11-5.
Yeah.
Big season.
Yeah, which would be probably exceeded expectations right there.
Yeah.
So what's the New England's favorite here?
6.5.
6.5 at home. I'll go ahead and start this one. I got New England winning. I say Buffalo will cover it. They'll win in a boring game. I'll say 24-20. Yeah, they'll cover the spread. 24-20. New England gets it. Anything special. I think Tom Brady will make some mistakes, but in that Foxborough weather, in that Foxborough stadium, they won't lose it. And the Patriots are still fighting for a first-round bye. I know they're not the same team that they normally are. They kind of lost their firepower on offense, but that defense is still decent. But Buffalo's been playing really good, so I don't think this game – I could see this game being lower scoring than 24-20, but I think 24-20 is a fair score. So I'll say Patriots clinch the AFC East this weekend, 24-20. Who do you got, Glenn?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they clinch it again. Yeah, lower score. I think it's going to be 2017. But yeah, I got the Patriots winning this game, improving to 12-3.
Preston?
Yeah, I got the Patriots winning this game as well. The only way the Bills win this game is if, they get a defensive touchdown or something. This is just two high-powered defenses going head-to-head. And so it's definitely going to be a close, low-scoring game, probably going to be pretty boring. Maybe exciting if you like defensive strategic games. And I do think that the Bills will cover the spread as well. So I've got the Patriots winning. I'm going to say probably the same score as you. What did you say, 24-20?
Yeah, I said 24-20.
24-20.
Gage?
Yeah, I'm pretty much have to agree with you. I got the Patriots winning this game. I think since it's at Foxborough, I think the Bills will have a hard time with this defense. I think Bill Belichick's just a better coach than, I think it was Sean McDermott or something like that.
Yeah, Sean McDermott.
So, yeah, nothing much else to say. I think the Bills will cover the spread, though. This is a divisional game. I got the score being 20-14.
And Josh Allen's been playing really well as well, too. So, all right. Next game, Saturday night, last Saturday night games. Rams at 49ers. 49ers have allowed 154.4 passing yards per game this season. Fewest in the NFL. And like I said last week, they're averaging that. They're giving up that much on defense, that less on defense, and they still had that shootout with the Saints. So that probably upped it up a lot with how Drew Brees, they got in that shootout, and they're still only allowing 154 passing yards per game. So they're playing the Rams, who are coming off a terrible loss. Pretty much the Rams season's kind of over at this point, unless they win out and Minnesota loses out.
Yeah, they're fighting for their lives here.
I don't know. They're fighting for their lives. It doesn't look like there's going to be 3 teams from that division, unfortunately. And man, who would have thought I mean, I know the Rams lost a lot of firepower. I mean, me and Preston talked about it last year. I mean, that had to be the year, but I still didn't think they would fall off this much.
Yeah, I think 8-6 at this point. It's not a huge shocker to me. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so I mean, they're playing the 49ers in San Fran. San Fran just had a horrible loss against the Falcons. I say horrible in the sense of their implications of the playoffs. You know, they were the first seed. They were controlling their own destiny, and they lose a game to the Falcons. You can't do that, especially with the New Orleans Saints, who they lost a tough game to y'all, and they want to rematch you again.
Right.
And you don't want that game to be in New Orleans in the playoffs. That dome's going to be loud. So, and obviously Seattle on their butt too. So, Seattle shit the bed last week against the Rams, and then 49ers just shit the bed. So it's still up in the grabs, that division. It's going to come down to their matchup next week, I think, because I think 49ers will take care of business this weekend against the Rams. But yeah, Preston, you can go ahead and start this game.
Yeah, I've got the 49ers winning this despite having a bad week last week. I think, last week, I don't even really think it was necessarily a bad game. They were still a good game. But just the end of the game, Falcons were able to score a touchdown, and I think there was a turnover there. And then the Rams are just all out of sorts. I don't know. We'll see. They can either use this last week as a rallying opportunity, or the Rams could just give up on the playoffs, which they might. I mean, we'll see. But, yeah, I got the 49ers winning 35 to 21.
35 to 20. Yeah, I have the 49ers winning. I think the Rams, they have the playoffs to fight for, but they can't control it, even if they win out, they got to hope Minnesota loses out, so they're probably, they looked defeated against the Cowboys last week.
No.
Watching that game, they all, the defense was out of it. Todd Gurley couldn't run the ball. I know he's been injured kind of all year. Jared Goff was throwing terrible passes. They're terrible passes. And, the Cowboys have been on a downward spiral too. So, I think that was a terrible loss for them. But, the Cowboys are also kind of desperate too. So, I think that was also another thing.
you say the Rams were desperate too.
But the Rams were actually been hot. They've won they were pretty hot. At the beginning of the season they were kind of up and down, and they just beat Seattle, and they had a couple big wins here and there, but that game just kind of ruined the momentum. So yeah, I think the 49ers win too. I'm gonna say that they win 28-17. Pretty big margin scoring game. I don't think the Rams will bounce back, especially after that loss. I think the 49ers are more likely to bounce back after their loss. Especially if they win out, they're the number one seed. They still control their own destiny, so you can't drop this game to the Rams. I know it's a division game, but you can't do it. So Rams win 28-17. What's the spread of this game?
San Francisco 6.5.
6.5. Yeah, I think they'll cover it, or I think they'll go over 28-17. 49ers get it done. Who do you got?
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Eric. I got the 49ers winning this game. I got it 27-17. I just don't think they both had embarrassing losses, but I think, you're right. 49ers are the team that bounced back instead of the Rams, I think. They just have a way better defense. I think they have a better offense than the Rams, so it just comes down to it. It's at San Francisco, and that's why I got them to win.
Yeah, in order for the Rams to win this game, I think they got to get out early. If they fall behind early, then that puts a lot of pressure on Jared Goff to make big plays against that defense, which I don't think he can do, especially with how good that pass defense is from San Francisco. So I think that was one of the problems in the Cowboy game. They fell behind, and that really just eliminated Todd Gurley from the equation, and Goff just couldn't make plays. So yeah, I got the 49ers. I think the run game is really good. Jimmy G's gonna have a good game, and they're gonna run away with this one. It's gonna be 33-20. Niners.
So we all have a pretty big margin game right there too.
Cover.
All right, next game we have. Oh, I was gonna say this is the 8th game of the week, but I think this one is. All right, this one is not quite that level, but it's pretty close. We got the Giants at the Redskins. They don't even have a description on this game.
Wow.
Both 3-11. Saquon finally got involved last week versus the Miami Dolphins. They pretty much blew them out. Did Eli Manning play that game? Did he play last week? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So yeah, that's right, because his career record's back at 500.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't know. I mean, Washington keeps every game close, but they still suck. But Glenn, you can start this one.
Yeah, Redskins 2-point favorites at home. I don't know who to pick in this one. I'm just gonna is Eli Manning starting?
He is. I'm
He
pretty
is.
sure. Yeah. I think Daniel Jones is done.
Yeah. Well, because of that, I'm gonna take the Giants on the road.
Just 'cause of that.
28-24 Giants win.
Okay. Gage.
Yeah, I have to agree, man. I got the Giants win this game because I just think Eli Manning's kind of on par with Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard had a big game last week, even though they got pumped by the Miami Dolphins, kind of garbage stats. But Eli Manning hasn't played too terrible, and I think just because of Saquon Barkley with that talent, I've given the edge over the win. I got 2017, them winning by a field goal. Yeah, both these teams are bad, just garbage. But yeah, I have the Giants just because Eli Manning has the experience, he's a veteran, so that's why I pick him.
You know what? When in doubt, pick the whole team. I got the Redskins winning this game. They'll win 23-20. No, I say it'll be high scoring. I'll say 27-24. You know, division game. Both these defenses aren't very good. But you know what? I think Redskins being at home, they'll find a way to get it done. I don't know.
It's risky.
I mean, does it really matter? Both these teams are terrible.
Right.
NFC least. Who do you got, Preston?
I'm going to have to agree with Eric on this one. I've got the Redskins as well. If you look at the last 4 games, the Redskins haven't played as bad as they did earlier in the season. They beat the Lions, which isn't impressive at all. They beat the Panthers, which was actually a good win for them.
They
lost
the
to
Packers.
the Packers, and then they lost to the Eagles last week. Were they ahead of the Eagles for a little bit?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were head. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The spread was like 4 or something, and then they threw that pick 6 at the end of the game there, and on the last play of the game, and so it ended up being over instead of under.
Oh yeah, no, because freaking Haskins was an idiot. He lateraled it. That was stupid. Yeah, but you got Redskins.
Yeah, I got the Redskins. I'll go 27-24.
Same score as me. Dope. All right. Everyone pick this game?
Yep.
All right, cool. Next game, we have the New Orleans Saints going on the road to play the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee looking to bounce back. They're staying home after that tough loss to the Texans. The Saints, Drew Brees got the passing touchdown record on Monday Night Football. It's something about that Monday Night Football. He likes getting those records. I'm pretty sure they pulled them in the fourth quarter.
Right.
I think they did. They were up like 34-0. But yeah, so Saints are rolling, fighting for that first round bye, home field advantage. What's the spread on this game, Glenn?
New Orleans by 2.
New Orleans by 2. Yeah, tough game on the road. I mean, I can see why they made the spread. But yeah, Preston, you can start this game. Did you leave? Preston! All right, we'll come back to him. All right, Glenn, you start this game.
Okay. Shoot, Saints at Titans. This is a tough one.
Titans desperately need this.
Yeah, they do. They really do, especially with how well the Texans are playing. Yeah.
It's a trap game.
On paper, though, it seems like this would be an easy win for the Saints. But
Right.
I don't know. Looking at the circumstances.
Titans, didn't they just barely miss out on the playoffs last year? Like, they were right there. And
Yeah, they barely made the playoffs the year before. Remember when they beat the Chiefs?
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna take the Saints on the road.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm taking the Saints on the road here. I mean, red hot right now. Drew Brees is just, broke the record last week. They're playing so well. I like this team as a whole. Right now, it would be. I mean, they might be my Super Bowl pick right now. Although it's tough. I mean, there are maybe 5 teams that could win it right now, in my eyes. But you know what? Tough road game.
Are the Patriots one of those 5 teams?
I would say probably. Yeah. No, I'm gonna take the Saints on the road in this one. This is all gut right here.
What's the score?
Oh shoot. 30-27.
Preston, you're shaking your head. Are Saints on upset alert?
Possibly. You have to have really big balls, or you have to be an absolute idiot to pick the Titans in this game. It's the Saints have so much momentum right now, and a chip on their shoulder after the 49ers lost, or after they lost to the 49ers and then the 49ers lost, because they have a chance at the number 1 seed right now, so they're not going to go in and mess around here. I've got the Saints winning in a high-scoring battle, 42-33.
Wow.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, you know what? It very well could. I mean, it's definitely a trap game, and it very well could be an upset win for the Titans. But knowing what's at stake for the Saints, I mean, both it's at stake for both teams.
Right.
But I just think the Saints are just better. I think they're better, and they can win a tough game on the road. I mean, if they lose this game, that'd be terrible for them, especially since the 49ers just lost. You want to capitalize on that. I mean, I know they don't really control their own destiny because if the 49ers win out and they win out, the 49ers are still have a tiebreaker over them. So, they're going to be rooting for Seattle next week hardcore, especially if they win this game. But, yeah, Saints will get it done. They'll find a way to get it done. And, yeah, tough game on the road. So I say that they win 28-27. Drew Brees late touchdown.
I was about to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with y'all, man. I have to pick the Saints. I'm going to take the safe pick the better team. I know it's at Tennessee. Of course, it's a trap game. But I just trust Drew Brees more than Ryan Tannehill. And this defense, I feel like Ryan Tannehill will struggle with this defensive line that the Saints have. That's kind of on a tear. They're like 4 first-round picks on that line. But it'll be a close game. I think they'll win by a field goal. I think it's 27-24. I just think the New Orleans Saints will have to capitalize on this. I just feel like they have to after the 49ers lost to the Falcons.
Very nice. What did you say the score was?
27-24.
27-24. All right. Cool. All right. Next game. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers going on the road to play the New York Jets. New York Jets season has been over for a while. Steelers, I think they're, what are they, 6th? They're 6th spot in the wild card right now. So, the Titans are right there chasing them. And the Bills are probably at this point already clinched that 5th wild card spot. Because unless they somehow win the division. But either way, it's going to be Bills or Patriots if the Bills somehow win that division. So I think the Bills are most likely that 5th wild card spot. So it's going to be between the Steelers and the Titans fighting for that 6th. You know what? I'll just go ahead and start this game. I'm going to keep it pretty simple, short and sweet. Steelers get it done on the road. Fighting for that wild card spot. I think they'll win in a relatively, not really low scoring. I say an average scoring game. I say that they win 27-21. They beat the Jets, and but the Jets could make it pretty tough for them. So, who do you have?
I'm going to go with the limb here. I'm going to put the Jets at home.
Wow.
All right, so I picked the Steelers last week, and they let me down with Hodges throwing the pick. So I feel like this little losing streak's going to keep going forward. I think Hodges is going to give the team no energy. I feel like the Jets gets an upset on here. I got 21-17. I think Sam Darnold's just a little better than Devin Hodges, and I think Le'Veon Bell will have a decent day. So, I got an upset.
If you didn't fall behind these past 2 weeks, would you have picked the Jets?
No.
Okay.
I'm only doing this because I'm falling behind and you make something crazy happen. We're all picking the same, so.
All right, Preston.
Yeah, that's a desperate pick right there, Gage. I got the Steelers winning this game. I don't think it's going to be high scoring or anything special. But, I've got them winning. Let's go 17-14. You got to remember last week they played against the Bills defense, which is arguably the best in the NFL, definitely top 3. And so I think Hodges may or may not bounce back. We'll see. If they get down, then they'll probably throw Rudolph in. We'll see what happens. But I think ultimately the Steelers will win this game. Maybe the Jets will surprise us. They've surprised us a couple times this season, like against the Raiders and against the Cowboys. But I really don't see that happening again this week against the Steelers. They're still fighting for a playoff spot, especially with the Titans going up against the Saints this week. So, I got Steelers winning Well, I said 14-17.
Okay. And what's the spread on this game, Glenn Hill? I imagine it'd be pretty close.
3.5. Yeah.
3.5. Okay. So, who do you have in this game?
I'm gonna have I'm gonna actually take the Jets covering in this one, but I'm gonna take the Steelers winning the game 23-21.
He's got all excited.
It's really just because the Jets could win this game, but I think it's really this is the week where they can really establish themselves as a playoff team. Especially like you said with the Titans going up against the Saints. Gotta have this one. Tough loss last week against the Bills, but the Bills are really solid. They're going to be that 5th seed. So, yeah, you got to get this one done against the Jets, the 5-9 Jets. So, I think will Darnold see ghosts against that the Steelers defense? He said, he's saying that he's ready for it, ready to go. Yeah, I could totally see the Jets winning this one. I could totally see Darnold going off and having a big game and. You guys said that they surprised a couple times this year, but I think the Steelers need this one more. The Jets, don't really have a ton of stake in this game other than pride and just they're guys who maybe want to prove that they can make it in this league and really step up and play well. So, but yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers 23-21.
All right. And, baby, this is our favorite game of the week. Preston, you can take it away. Bengals at Dolphins.
Woo!
This is the Ames game of the week, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the 1-13 Bengals going up against the 3-11 Dolphins. It's going to be fun.
Even spread.
Even spread.
What's the spread?
Even.
It's a pickup.
What?
It's a pickup, bro.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's something.
This has got to be the worst game of the century.
Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it was the Dolphins and the Redskins in the Tank Bowl earlier this year, but Washington kind of stepped up. And even, I guess the Dolphins did a little bit, but the Bengals, bro.
Yeah.
Poor Zach Taylor.
The Dolphins' wins are against the Eagles, the Browns, and the Jets. Those are the Dolphins' 3 wins this
The
year.
Dolphins beat the Browns? I forgot about that. No, they beat the Colts.
No, that was the Jets. No. That was the Bengals, right?
No, it was they beat the Colts. I thought they beat the Colts.
That's what I thought too. But I don't keep up with Miami, so.
I don't know. Who cares?
Everybody cares.
Oh, yeah, Dolphins beat the Colts. My bad, I read that wrong.
So they lost to the Browns. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
It says they beat the Jets, too. Oh, they did lose to the Browns. My bad. It's hard to see on here. I got a cracked screen.
Shocker. All right, so who do you have?
Oh! Who do I have? Good question. Ah, man. It depends. I don't know. The Bengals might go all out because they still control their own destiny to get Joe Burrow. So all out and win this game just because they still have a 2-game lead on getting Joe Burrow. So, but when in doubt, pick the home team. I'm gonna go with Miami, 20-19.
All right, Glenn.
Yeah, I actually at the matchup preview, you click on it, and the first thing that comes up is a Joe Burrow thing, Todd McShay. So it just shows I just saw an article where they have a 72% chance to finish with the worst record in the NFL. Get that number 1 pick, get your quarterback for the future. I think Joe Burrow is that guy. And you know what? I'm gonna say they lose this game. I don't know if they're gonna try to lose it or not. I mean, whatever. But yeah, I'm just gonna take the Dolphins at home in this one. Bengals fall again. Let's just say 24-23.
BRB, I'm gonna go throw up real quick. I got the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Safer pick. I mean, both these teams are trash. I feel like Gage is going to pick the Bengals off of desperation. But, no, yeah, Bengals are fighting for that first-round pick. And Dolphins, I don't know. I can see Andy Dalton just going all out and beating the Dolphins at home, but whatever. I'll say that the Dolphins win 14-10.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with y'all, man. I think I have to pick Miami on this one since, when in doubt, pick the home team. So I'll pick Miami. I like Ryan Fitzpatrick better than Andy Dalton because he'll just chuck it up. He doesn't really care. And him and Devontae Parker have good chemistry together. I think the Bengals will keep it close in this game because of Joe Mixon, because he's actually been having a pretty good few weeks lately. So
He's questionable right now.
Oh, he is questionable.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't help.
Yeah, so that's why I picked the Dolphins. I got 17-13. I'm not that desperate to pick the Bengals just yet. So
How the hell is Giovanni Bernard still on their team? Like I swear he's been on the team for like 10 years.
right? How long has he been on it?
I thought he retired.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And speaking of retired, Terrell Suggs just got cut by the Cardinals and got picked up by the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Ooh. So that's something. All right. Next game, we have the Carolina Panthers going on the road to play the Indianapolis Colts. These two, if I'm being honest, if you look at the beginning of the season and now, these teams are probably the two most disappointing teams of the year. The Colts started off like 5-2.
Good point. Especially, you look back, 10 weeks ago or so, both teams were, showing a lot of promise.
Yeah, and Kyle Allen was playing better, but Will Grier gets the start versus the Colts.
Wow.
Back in Indianapolis, I feel sorry for the Colts because the Colts have lost like 3 or 4 games that they shouldn't have lost. So I think they should be a little bit better than they were, but nonetheless, they kind of let that division get away from them when they lost to the Texans the second time around. In this game, who do you have, Gage? What's the spread in this game?
It is got to be the Colts. Yeah, Colts 6.5.
Colts 6.5 point favorites. Both these teams really have nothing to play for at this point.
Right. I'm going to have to go with the Colts on this one just because they have better coaching than Carolina. I'm still kind of upset they got rid of Ron Rivera. I think they were doing so well until they let him go, and I felt like they've been kind of in a slump after that. But nonetheless, I think the Colts are going to win. It's at home. I just think they're just a better roster than Carolina. I already said the score. Really nothing much else to say. I think Carolina's defense is pretty good, and that's why they'll keep it kind of close. But I think in the end, I think Jacoby Brissett will pull it off.
You didn't say the score, sorry.
27-20. I got the Colts winning.
That's exactly what I wrote down, actually.
Right.
I think the game will be a little bit lower scoring, but I have the Colts prevailing. 26-20. I think the 6.5 point spread is fair. Colts being at home, defense will make a stop. I don't know if Will Grier is ready to beat them his first start. We'll see where you go from here with the Panthers. I kind of feel bad for McCaffrey. He's been killing it all year, but at the same time, he's been slowing down the past few weeks just because everyone knows how to. And that's all you have to prepare for.
You gotta be healthy.
Yeah. So and you got to be healthy too. So yeah, Colts get it done, 26-20.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you guys. The Colts are one of those teams where I've just been rooting for them the whole year. They lose, Andrew Luck retires, and then I was like, okay, this team, I think Jacoby Brissett can come in. This roster is still talented. I like Frank Reich as their coach. I think they're gonna, they had a big year last year making the playoffs. Kind of surprised some people. I think they're gonna come back this year. Still gonna be a playoff team. And even despite some tough losses throughout the course of the season, I've still kind of had faith in them. It's just unfortunate that they're going to miss out this year, but I am going to take them against the Panthers in this one. Panthers have an interim coach, rookie quarterback starting on the road. I just don't see them winning this game, so I'm going to take the Colts and I have the same score, 27-20.
Preston.
Yeah, it's crazy. You look back to about week 6, week 7. We thought the Colts were going to run away with this division and maybe compete for a first-round bye, and then it's been all downhill from there. They've lost their last 4 games to 3 good teams, and then the one to Tampa Bay. Their offense has been struggling as well with their beat-up defense, whereas Carolina, it's been all defense for them. McCaffrey's been able to get things going, but then Kyle Allen wasn't able to make big plays at the end of games when they needed him to, and McCaffrey can only carry the load so much. He's starting to wear down, and there just isn't enough going for Carolina right now to make me even consider picking them. I got the Colts winning this one 24-22.
All right. Next game. We have the Baltimore Ravens going on the road to play the Cleveland Browns. The Ravens have won 10 straight, and you know what their last loss was against? The Browns.
Oh,
That was their last loss.
Merry Christmas.
So the Browns fans have been talking so much crap to the Ravens, saying, "Oh, well, the Ravens are so good, but they still lost to the Browns. They still lost to us." Guys, you guys are 6-8. You're gonna miss the playoffs again. Like, nobody cares about that one loss that y'all had against the Browns. Like, it happens.
Yeah.
The Ravens are gonna destroy y'all this weekend. I mean, I don't think there's really much more to say about this. The Ravens clinched the NFC or AFC North. Sorry, I can't talk. And I'm pretty sure if they win this game, do they get a first round bye?
With a win or a tie, I'm reading. Right
Win or a tie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a Chiefs loss or a tie.
Or a Chiefs loss. Okay.
Or a Patriots loss, it's saying too.
So they're most likely going to get it this week.
Yeah.
What's the spread in this game? Division game, I imagine, would be closer than expected.
It's actually 10. So
10 to the Ravens. Yeah, Ravens win 31-21. That's a fair spread, 10 points.
okay.
Oh, I get to go. Yeah, I got the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Browns. You got that dub against them in like what 6 games ago? You said
10 games ago.
10 games ago. But I don't think Nick Chubb is going to have that type of performance again. He went off on the Baltimore Ravens defense. But I think Baltimore will get their revenge. I got the score. I think they'll go over the spread. I think it'll be 28-17.
They have been running the ball better. I mean, Nick Chubb is leading the league in rushing yard right now. And he's probably been the best true running back.
Right.
Like when it comes to running the ball, he's probably been the best back this year.
Right.
Makes the argument against Baker even worse.
What's that?
Makes the argument against how bad Baker's been playing even worse because there's no excuse like, oh, they can't even get the run game going to open the play action up for Baker. Nope, it's just him and Freddie Kitchens play calling.
Yeah, and freaking Odell's not doing good either. I know he's not getting the ball that well, but even when he does get the ball, it's not that good.
Drop passes.
Yeah, I mean, I saw last week there was an inexcusable drop. I mean, literally right in his hands, and he dropped it. Baker actually threw a pretty good pass right in the breadbasket, and Odell just dropped it. So I mean, I think it's a lot of it has to do with chemistry too. You know, you gotta get that going, and you know, it seems like the only receiver he does have it with is Landry. So,
Yeah, I like how Landry's been playing.
Yeah, Landry's been playing good.
Also.
Yeah. But Preston, who do you have in this game? I'm sure it's the Ravens.
Yeah, I got the Ravens. This is the Oklahoma Sooner Bowl this week. Got about, I think, at least 6 Sooner players playing in this game. I don't know if y'all saw Mark Andrews got a nod to the Pro Bowl.
That's right.
The
12
Ravens
did.
For him, man.
high record this year for 12 players elected to the Pro Bowl. So that's tied for the most ever. So yeah, I got the Ravens winning. I liked Eric's score 31-21, but I'm gonna up it a little bit. Let's go 35-21.
30
Or no,
what?
let's go 31-17. I don't think the Browns will score that many points.
Okay. Dang, I can't believe they beat him in Baltimore last time.
It was shocking. I was shocked.
They put up a lot of points. I think it was like 40-26. They won by like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Anyways, but
Yeah.
what's this?
Baker actually looked good. I think they just found something in the Ravens defense on film, and they were able to just hit it over and over again. You know, that play action game was working well for them last time they played.
Yeah. What's the score going to be in this game?
I have 31-14. They cover, I think. Whatever happened to them, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Last loss, but I think they're going to figure out what the problem was, and I think they're not going to let that happen again. They're playing so well right now. The best team in the AFC. They're going to be, more than likely be the number 1 overall seed there. They get it done this week. I don't know. I mean, do you think Kitchens will retain his job after this season?
It's looking like they're going to keep him.
Oh,
Seriously?
Isn't that what he said?
That's what they said. They said,
Yeah.
That's terrible.
which is not good.
Yeah.
I got Ravens 31-14 in this one. They improved to 13-2. What a year!
Yeah, for real. All right, next game we have the Jacksonville Jaguars going on the road to play the Atlanta Falcons. The Jaguars finally won a freaking game. I mean, I can't believe they beat the Raiders. I mean,
Right.
I can't believe the Raiders. I can't believe the Raiders dropped that game.
Dude, the Raiders are so bad now.
Yeah,
I feel bad. It sucks.
yeah, and I mean, they had promise too. I mean, they were like 6-5 at one
I
point.
was
I
high
think.
on this team. Yeah.
Yeah, and Gruden was doing a good job, but now it looks like they. I mean, I had them at 8-8 to go into the year, but they might not even finish 8-8. But anyways, on to this game. Both 5-9. When in doubt, pick the home team. I got the Falcons. Good score in this game. I think Julio Jones will be the difference maker in this Jaguars secondary, like he was against the 49ers. Falcons get it done. I'll say 28-14. They won by 2 touchdowns.
Well, Eric, I'm going to have to agree with you on everything on this point of the score also. I got 28-14. Yeah, I just think the Falcons are just going to take over. It is Atlanta. It's at home. Jacksonville's just been such a disappointment. Like, any quarterback they throw in there, like Nick Foles or Minshew, they just can't seem to get it done. I don't know what else to say. I just think the Falcons are just a better team. I don't know what they changed, but they've been playing a lot better than the Falcons.
Yeah, they have.
But that's why I have to score at 28-14 again. Not going to be a fun game to watch. So,
Preston.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you guys. I've got the Falcons winning this one. They've got it turned around as of late, and I just don't like the way, Jacksonville's been playing. Spread seems like a little high. 7 seems pretty high for me. But, yeah, I got the Falcons winning. Let's go 23-17.
Yeah, both teams are 5-9. But they're very different 5-9s. The Falcons have played better the latter half of the season. The Jaguars have really struggled. The Jaguars haven't been putting up enough points. They scored 20 against the Raiders,
And they've been giving up a lot of points
right
too.
before that, they scored 10 against the Chargers, 11 against the Bucks, 20 against the Titans, 13 against the Colts, and then 3 against the Texans. This haven't been scoring, and Falcons, defense has played better throughout the course of the season. I think that might be a big reason for why they've won. And I think I got the Falcons in this one at home, 26-10. They do cover the 7-point spread.
That's garbage. I think it's hilarious if a team only puts up 3 points in a game.
wow, just fire everyone.
You just the Cowboys got. You remember when the Cowboys got shut out last year by the Colts? I mean, realistically, they could have scored more points, but they went for it every time they were in the red zone after they were down by so much.
Yeah.
But they did get shut out, which was embarrassing. So wait, what'd you say the score of that game was gonna be?
26-10.
Okay. So we all got Falcons.
Yep.
Basically these teams kind of flip-flopped. At the beginning of the year, Falcons were like 1-7, and the Jaguars were like, I don't know, they were like 4-4, something like that. And they were in a better position than they were. So that was the first Jaguars win in a while last week. Desperately needed for nothing at stake, but they just needed it just to get finally won a game. But even like you said, they hadn't been putting up points, and they've been getting up a lot of points because before the Raiders game, they had given up like 17. They'd given up 17 plus points every loss, which is terrible.
Yep.
So, all right, next game we got the AFC West showdown: Oakland Raiders at LA Chargers. Preston, this is your team. You can take it away. The Chargers have won 4 of the last 5 games versus the Raiders, and one of those games was a loss earlier this year in Oakland. So, who do you have?
Yeah, this is a difficult game to pick. I don't know why the Chargers are favored by so much. The Raiders have played terrible the last 4 weeks. It's weird. 4 weeks ago, we thought they were going to have a shot against Kansas City, and then Kansas City just obliterated them and eliminated any talk of that. But yeah, if you look at the Raiders' schedule, they have had 0 impressive wins this year. Up until the last 4 weeks, they just really beat all the teams that they were supposed to beat. And that kind of put them in playoff contention if they were to, play better the last 4 weeks. And then the Chargers, they've been up and down all season, inconsistent. A little bit better since the last couple of weeks, even though like last week they got obliterated by a good Minnesota team. I honestly don't know who to pick. My brain is telling me, or my gut is telling me, Raiders, since I just know we always play bad against them. and then like my brain is kind of telling me to pick the Chargers. I'm gonna go with my brain here. Stay safe. Pick the Chargers. Let's say 26-24.
Glenn,
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, the Raiders are one of those teams. Another one of the teams I've been rooting for all year, almost like the Colts. That thing didn't work out with Antonio Brown. I kind of felt bad for him in a way. I like John Gruden. I like Derek Carr. Josh Jacobs, a rookie running back. I like him a lot. So when they were kind of doing well there and were really kind of in contention for a playoff spot, I was really happy for them. But they struggled down the stretch. They're not playing great football. Philip Rivers isn't playing great either. So both teams are kind of struggling going into this game. This game, I don't know which team's gonna have more fans at this game. To be honest with you, I think this is gonna be the least attended game this week. But
Nope.
I know.
Gledhill, you're wrong. There's so many Raiders fans in LA. It's going to be packed full of Raiders fans.
Right.
There are
So?
Raiders fans in LA.
Yeah, I could. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, but this is a battle of neutral territory.
Yeah, all right. But I'm gonna say Phil Rivers bounces back. Not sure why, but I'm gonna say he does. And I'm gonna take the Chargers in this one. What's the score I have for this? So 30-20. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Chargers winning. This game is a coin flip, so I don't blame you if you pick the Raiders. But I mean, if you look at their last matchup, the Chargers should have won that game in Oakland. But Philip Rivers decided to choke and throw a pick at the end of the game. The Chargers are literally in every single game they play, but they just can't find a way to win. They're right up there with the Broncos. That's what they have in common. So what's that?
Los Angeles Chokers.
Los Angeles Chokers, man. You never know what you're going to see from them.
Yep.
But yeah, since the Raiders won the last matchup, I say the Chargers will even it out. They won't get swept in the series. So yeah, and the Raiders. I mean, as much as they're improving, and I mean it's kind of a disappointment the past few weeks, but like, I mean they are improving, and I just think they're such a boring team to watch. Like their offense is so boring to watch.
Yeah.
Like and Josh Jacobs might not even play in this game either.
He's out.
He's already out.
ruled out.
Yeah, so I mean that doesn't help their case anyways. So I think the offense is just going to be really flat this game against the Chargers. And Austin Eckler, Melvin Gordon, they'll establish the run early, and
Keenan Allen.
yeah, Keenan Allen. So they'll win this game. I don't think it'll be anything exciting. I don't think it'll be as high scoring as Gledhill says, but I think they'll win. I think the spread being 7. Yeah, I guess it's fair, but I don't think they'll win that quite. I'd say the Chargers get it done 21-16.
Do you think
Pick the under.
Yeah, pick the under.
Yeah, 21-16.
Yeah. Do you think Carr is the franchise quarterback?
I think so.
Yes.
I think so.
I think so.
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
So would you say
Winning
that like Gruden and Carr? You think they're a long term fit?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but we'll have to see what they do next year because I know Derek Carr fell off. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, Derek Carr really hasn't been the same quarterback since after his injury. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't know. They're just so boring to watch. Like they don't have any they don't mix anything up. Like they're just flat. Like Derek Carr doesn't. I mean, he's not really a deep ball threat, but at the same time, he's got a little bit of an arm.
Mhm.
And they don't really have that many weapons either. Like
My coach like
Darren Waller's really good.
Yeah.
He's been a good tight
And
end.
Josh Jacobs can run the ball, but like their offense is kind of flat. Like that's how I describe the Raiders' offense: flat. They don't really have anything to it. Like you could prepare for them pretty easily.
With Gruden, that's kind of surprising to me. You'd think that he would, it
Yeah,
wouldn't be flat, but yeah.
but yeah, I said 21-16 Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah, I have nothing much to add here pretty much. I'm just going to tell you that I picked the Chargers 24-20 just because I think they'll split a game, like you said, and Josh Jacobs is out. I was going to say that, dude, last week the Chargers get 7 giveaways, most since Week 15 in 1998.
Oh god.
So that right there, I think they should bounce back. It'll be close, but this time I think they'll finally get the dub. I've always been picked the Chargers this season. They kind of let me down, but I think they'll finally win this one. So that's why I got 24-20, close one.
Preston, if I was a Chargers fan and I was you right now, I would be begging for Philip Rivers to retire.
Yeah, he kind of needs to retire, dude.
He's not going to. He's got 12 kids to feed.
Bro, like literally, they just need another quarterback at this point. They need a new quarterback. They need a new young guy. I mean, it's time. I think it's time.
Yeah, unfortunately. Tua.
Trade up.
Yeah. All right. But what'd you say the score was gonna be?
24-20.
24-20. All right. Next game, we have the Detroit Lions going on the road to play the Denver Broncos. The Lions, 15 points per game since week 12, second piece in the NFL. It's garbage. What's that guy from Purdue's name again?
David Blau.
David Blau. Is he still starting?
He played on Thanksgiving. I don't know.
He played on Thanksgiving.
Poor guy. Yeah, and you did pick him to win that game. I remember that.
Oh, and they lost.
And they let you down.
Yeah.
They were in it. They were in it though. But yeah, the Broncos. I mean, they played the Chiefs last week in the snowstorm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
Mahomes still went off, which is crazy.
yeah, I mean, and then what's his face? Why can't I think of his name? Drew Lock.
Yeah,
Drew Lock. He didn't play very well, but I mean, it was a snowy day. And that game just really didn't generate that much like excitement in it, just because like it was snowy. But they're going back home, Mile High. The Lions are terrible. I mean, who would have thought? I mean, the Lions. I mean, they beat the Eagles. They were like 2-1 or something like that, and they were like, wow, this could be a walk hard team because that division was so stacked. And then the Lions just, Matthew Stafford got hurt. He's most likely out for the rest of the year. And deal with some back issues, and the Lions turned into one of the worst teams in the league. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really much going to it. What's the spread in this game?
I think the Broncos favored by 7.
Yeah, Gage, who do you have in this game?
Yeah, I got the Denver Broncos. I think they'll actually cover the spread. It'll be 27-20. I don't know why I think that. I don't know why Tristan Blau put that many points, but I think Drew Lock will get it done. I'm actually excited to see how Drew Lock will play out, even though he had a terrible game against the Chiefs. He's actually been playing pretty well since then. Like, he blew out the Texans, and they got another win before that. But, yeah, I think the Denver Broncos defense is finally coming together, and it's at Mile High again. I don't think Blau will get through this defensive struggle, and that's why I got 27-20.
All right, nice.
Count up the Lions' losing streak right now. I'm at 6. I'm at 7. I'm at 7. Yeah, okay. So they haven't won since October 27th against the Giants.
And Matthew Stafford played that game.
Yeah, it's been a while, golly. But they are bringing back Matt Patricia next year. I saw that announcement. I think that's the right move. I think you give him another year, but the next year they really got to prove that the whatever Patriot way that he's trying to bring in there is going to work, and they're going to really turn things around. Yeah, I don't know. I want to pick. I really want to pick the Lions in this one to kind of bounce back and finally win a game here. Have some positivity towards the end of the season. But shoot, this team is 3-3, now they're 3-10-1. And I'm just gonna take the Broncos at home because they're at home because I'm kind of in doubt here. So Broncos win it at home, 24-17.
Broncos 24-13. Preston?
Broncos 17-3.
Very nice. All right. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals going on the road to play the Seattle Seahawks. Tell me why I picked the Cardinals like 4 weeks in a row, and they lose all those games, and then they're playing the Browns. I'm like, all right, the Browns will win this game. Nope, the Cardinals win. Like, I can't get a Cardinals game right, bro. Like, they showed promise at the beginning of the season, kind of mid-season, but yeah, it's just kind of that. I mean, Seahawks, what's the spread of this game?
9.5.
9.5. I think that's fair. I mean, Preston, who do you have in this game?
Seahawks, sure, this is a no-brainer. I'm going to say Russell Wilson throws up 4 touchdowns, and they easily defeat the Cardinals 31-20.
31-20. Gage.
I have a similar score on the offensive side for the Seattle Seahawks. I picked Seattle also. I think Russell Wilson will have a big day. Probably will throw for 4 touchdowns against this Cardinals defense. I got a similar score. I got 31 to, I'll say 23 also, or I think so, whatever. But I just think the Seattle Seahawks will just completely just dominate the Arizona Cardinals. It is at Seattle. It's 6 men or 8 men. 6 men? No, 6 men.
12 men.
12 men. I don't know what I'm talking about, bro.
All right, Glenn.
Yeah, I mean,
6 in the year.
6, 8, 12. Yeah, I mean, the NFC West is the toughest division in football, and 3 winning teams. 2 of them are going to be, 2 of them are 11-3 right now, both looking to win that division. And the Niners, they have the tiebreaker right now. Is that right?
Well, no, the Seahawks are winning the division
Seahawks
now
have that,
because they beat them.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, actually, I remember that game. Seahawks. I mean, big game for obviously the Niners and the Seahawks this week. I just think the Seahawks are doing too well right now to lose this one against the Cardinals. So it's going to be 31 to 23. Seahawks win.
Seahawks win 34-24. Also, I have a question for you guys. Do y'all think the Seahawks are overrated?
No.
They have been playing a lot of close games, right?
And that Rams loss
Yeah.
kind of opened it up. You don't think they're overrated?
No, I don't think they're overrated. I think everybody knows their defense isn't up to par. It's just been Russell Wilson has just been playing out of his mind this year. I think that's known. I don't think they're overrated at all.
Yeah, but from what I saw in the Rams game is if they don't have a good enough roster to play with adversity and compete in the playoffs. If they go down in a big game, I don't see them bouncing back because they just don't have the team to do it.
Yeah, I mean, no one's been saying they're like Super Bowl contenders or anything like that. Possibly Russell Wilson's going to have to play amazingly well in the playoffs. He's going to have, I think they definitely could, but Russell Wilson's going to have to continue to play out of his mind.
I just don't think they're good enough to be a 1 seed. I think the 49ers are, but I think the 49ers are way better than them, if I'm being honest. I know that the Seahawks beat them last time, but I just think the 49ers are just a much more balanced team than them, if you ask me. But
the Seahawks have a better coach.
Yeah.
Better coach, better quarterback, and then they got 2 really good players in defense, in Clowney and Wagner.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there's really nothing flashy about them. So I don't know. I think overall, Niners.
Yeah. We all got Seahawks in this game. All right. Yeah, and especially since if they want to win the division, and then they can't drop this game. All right, next game. Sunday Night Football. We have the Kansas City Chiefs going on the road to play the Chicago Bears. The Bears, they almost won that game against the Packers. Did you see the end of that game? They were lateraling it, but then Allen Robinson, one of the offensive linemen one of the big guys screwed up the lateral, so it ended up. But it was on the 5-yard line or inside. Dude, they almost got the touchdown.
Yeah, you're
which
right.
was freaking crazy. Packers held on. I had them winning that game, but Sunday night in the cold Chicago weather. Is this a trap game, Gage?
No, I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs will lose this game. I think they'll come out with the dub. You know me, it comes down to who has the better quarterback, and definitely Patrick Mahomes is way better than Mitchell Trubisky, even though Chicago Bears have been on a run lately. But how did they do last week? What did the Bears do?
They lost to the Packers.
Yeah, that's the question. Like you just said, in a close game, they almost came back. But it's at Chicago. I think it'll be pretty close to the game. I got it. Let's see. I got it. 27-23. I think the Kansas City Chiefs will pull it off. I think the offense will be too much for the Chicago Bears defense. I don't think Trubisky will have a great day on Sunday Night Football when the lights are on.
All right. Preston.
Chiefs 27-17.
I'm gonna have to agree with you guys. I take the Chiefs in this one. Their pass defense is played surprisingly well, maybe a little underrated at this point. And I think they're gonna be a handful for Trubisky. David Montgomery hasn't really done a whole lot. I mean, I think there were maybe a couple weeks in there where he did contribute a little bit, but he hasn't really been as big a part of that offense as maybe we would have thought heading into the season. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Nagy's the go-to coach in the future for this team.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see there. But this week I still have the Chiefs. I have the Chiefs on the road. I think I don't think they're not gonna score a ton of points, but they're gonna get it done. I think it's gonna be 28-16.
All right. And what's the spread in the game?
6 Chiefs.
That's fair. On the road, tough game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have the Chiefs winning. I think the Bears can keep it close. Maybe get an early lead. That's really their only chance of winning this game, I think. And then you got to get pressure on Mahomes. But yeah, I don't. I mean, the Chiefs' defense isn't that good, but like you said, their pass defense has been playing better. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I honestly think that the Chiefs have a better chance of beating the Ravens in the AFC than the Patriots do, just because that high-powered offense. So. I mean, I think that's the matchup I want to see the most is the Chiefs and the Ravens because Lamar Jackson's two out of his 4 losses in his career have been to the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, and they've been tough games. So I want to see it again. But yeah, Chiefs get it done. I mean, whatever it takes, even if it's a low-scoring game, if they win by a field goal or so, they'll get it done. I think they'll win. Chiefs get it done, 27-23. I like that score. I think you get the score to give it. All right, next game, Monday Night Football. This is possibly the game. This is probably the game of the week right here. Right. Packers at the Vikings. If the Vikings win this game, I think the Packers still have the tiebreaker. Yeah, they would. They would have the tiebreaker, but they could still win the division. I mean, the Vikings are probably still going to make the playoffs unless they choke. Yeah. This is a tough one, man. Last time they played, Dalvin Cook did really good, but they lost a tough one in Lambeau, and that's because Kirk Cousins threw the game away. But he has been playing better since they played last. So, this is a tough one, man. I'm excited for this one. What's the spread on this game?
Is 5.5 Minnesota.
Minnesota at home. Wow. Ooh, I don't know, man. I mean, why don't you start this game? You can start this game.
Yeah, okay. Shoot. This is obviously a tough one for me. Division game.
Oh man, I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna take Aaron Rodgers on the road to make some big. I think he's gonna. He hasn't played amazing lately, but I think he's gonna step up, have a big game, and get the run game going. And I'm gonna take the Packers in this one, improve to 12-3, clinch that division. Vikings would still be in position to go to the playoffs as the 6th seed, and I mean these two teams really they're going for the 3rd or the 6th seed. It looks like maybe the 2nd, but probably the 3rd.
The Packers are actually I think they're the 2nd seed right now.
Would they be?
Yeah.
Because okay, yeah.
But if they win out, I think they get the 2nd seed.
Yeah, they end up being 13-3. Yeah, solid. They're going to be a really solid 13-3 for the Packers. So yeah, I'm gonna go and pick them in this game, even though it's on the road. Really, really close one. It's going to be 27-24.
All right, Preston, are you picking Aaron Rodgers?
Kirk Cousins has never won a Monday Night Football game, boys.
Ooh, great set.
Yep, so I've got the Packers winning 31-28. Kirk Cousins chokes again.
This game is going to rely on if Dalvin Cook plays. That's the bottom line, because he did not play against the Chargers. Obviously, they didn't need him.
I think he's ruled out again.
He's ruled out again?
He's ruled out again, Dalvin Cook.
Oh, well, there it is right there. I got the Packers. I know you're going to pick the Vikings just because you're desperate. You need this win.
You know me so well.
I know you're going to pick the Vikings. But if Dalvin Cook is out, I'm sorry. I'm not picking Kirk Cousins. And, yeah, but, I mean, honestly, if Dalvin Cook plays this game, I'm picking the Vikings. I'm not even joking. This literally changes the whole...
You don't trust the Boom? Their other running back?
And Madison. I mean, they're solid.
You got the defense. You don't trust the defense to stop Aaron Rodgers?
You know what? The Packers are overrated.
But they'll split?
The Packers are going to get waxed in the playoffs. Both these teams will.
I don't feel like the Vikings have really needed Kirk Cousins to step up, despite So I think he's going to need to make bigger plays in this game. So it's really going to come down to can he do it when the spotlight's on. And Aaron Rodgers has more experience.
Wow, this is actually the hardest game of the week for me to pick.
It is. It's tough.
And Adam Thielen's also coming back.
Ooh.
So we do have to see Kirk Cousins actually throw some dimes to both Stephon and Adam Thielen.
I'm gonna. I hope he does it. I'm rooting.
You know, Gage, you just convinced me. You just convinced me. Kirk Cousins gets his first Monday Night Football win against the Packers.
Boom.
Screw them, Lambeau.
Yes.
Screw the Packers. They're not good. They're not that good. The Vikings are going to go in there. Actually, they're just going to stay home. And the Packers they're going to be proven. All you got to do, I think they can still run the ball very well. You know what? I was high on Dalvin Cook. Not having Dalvin Cook sucks, but I think the Packers have been playing better. Or I think the Vikings have been playing better. The Vikings have been playing better. So yeah, you know what? Screw what you say about your takes, Preston. The Vikings win this game, 27-24. What would be in the score? Yeah.
I got 30-28. It'll be very close. I trust in his defense to stop Aaron Rodgers. I do not like the Green Bay Packers defense. They will not stop the run. I think that's why it was close against the Chicago Bears. And I don't think the Chicago Bears offense is really that good. But I think Minnesota will compete. I do agree that Kirk Cousins will get his first Monday Night Football win.
Ooh.
And that's why I got
just look at the last time they played. Kirk Cousins was a different quarterback than he is now. And they would have easily... What?
Dalvin Cook. They had Dalvin Cook.
They had Dalvin Cook. But Kirk Cousins ruined the game for him. He won't ruin the game for them this time.
Hopefully.
Not having Dalvin Cook.
Hey, the Packers, they're pretty... I mean, this is how you beat the Packers. You run the ball. And I think they can run the ball with Madison and Boone. They're still pretty solid backups.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Minnesota's always good running backs.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, not having. I mean, I could see them losing though, just for not having Dalvin Cook.
True.
Kirk
Cousins could blow.
Yeah. You know, not having their best guy. So we'll see. All right. And this brings us to the NFC East showdown between the Cowboys and the Eagles. 7-7, 7-7, worst division in football. Both these teams do not deserve to host a playoff game. And especially the Eagles, because I think the Eagles are worse than us. Right. But yeah, Gage, you start all the Cowboys games, so you can go ahead and kick us off. Wait, what is the spread of this game?
Cowboys 1.5.
Cowboys 1.5, even though it's in Philadelphia. Gage, kick it off. Who do you have?
All right, guys. Last week I picked the Rams, and I thought going to this week, if I keep picking against them, they might prove me wrong and keep winning out. But I have to go with my heart here. I'm sorry, guys. I have to pick my team, the Dallas Cowboys, to win this game, to win the division at the playoffs. I got a close game. I got by a field goal with our new kicker. Can't even say his name. What's that guy's name? Anyone remember the kicker we got?
Oh,
Forbat.
Forbat. No, his name's Kai Forbat.
So
I actually have a funny story about that man. Hold on. Go ahead.
All right, but it's going to be 27-24. I just think our team's better than the Eagles. If our team actually shows up, we can beat this team. Because the Eagles lost to the freaking Miami Dolphins. They should have lost to the Giants.
We clearly have a better roster than them.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it.
No doubt about that. And I think we always show up against the Eagles. Dak Prescott loves playing in Philadelphia, it just seems like. Because he always has a great game against Philadelphia. So I think it'll come close, but I think they'll win by the wire and win by field goal. So yeah, I got the Cowboys winning the division and making the playoffs.
So what's the score?
27-24.
Glenn Hill.
You know what? I'm thinking, if the Cowboys win, then, they're in the playoffs, right? They're going to host a playoff game. If they lose, then that seals Jason Garrett's fate. I think it's sealed no matter what, but this would be
sealed.
This would be the punctuation mark, it's done. So really, it could be like a win-win. Us Cowboy fans are going to be
happy. And nobody wants to see us get waxed in the playoffs.
Right? Yeah, so we'd be happy no matter what after this week, which is nice. I'm going to be feeling pretty good going into this one. But you know what? They destroyed the Eagles at home earlier this season. I don't think they're going to destroy them again. But they are the better team. Are they the better coach team? I don't think so.
But Doug Peterson isn't that good either. He hasn't been that good this year.
Yeah.
Look at that. All the receiving core has been out though for the most part.
It's true. I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboys in this one, even though it's on the road. 24 to 21.
It's close.
Yeah.
Preston.
I hate listening to you guys talk about the Cowboys because you guys are always wrong.
And this season we.
What did we say about that? About anything was wrong about that statement? The Cowboys are a better team. That was right. They have a better talented roster. That is right. What else? What else?
I'm saying you're always wrong when it comes to picks. Watch this week. The Eagles are gonna win. Like,
Pick the Eagles. Pick the Eagles, Preston.
I'm definitely picking the Cowboys because the Eagles have been so bad, and they've been winning these close games against these terrible teams, even though they've been playing horrific. But I'm picking the Cowboys. But now that you guys are all picking the Cowboys, the Eagles are gonna win. So whatever. I'm picking.
What's the score gonna be?
24-20.
24-21?
24-22.
Okay.
Oh, we'll be close.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I pretty much already spoiled my pick. The Eagles are not winning this game. I'm sorry. Like, I have the utmost confidence in this game that the Cowboys will win. And it's not because, here's the deal. Let's put it this way. Dak Prescott literally outplays Carson Wentz every single time that they play. And that is facts. He outplays him every single time. Now, I get it. The Eagles are desperate, but so are we. Like, we literally have, like, a lot of people say, oh, well, the Eagles aren't the same team. They got a lot of play. Well, so the freaking Cowboys. I mean, I know it's in Philadelphia, but honestly, like, the Eagles, Preston, you're right. They've been squeezing out close wins to terrible teams playing horrific football. And if I'm being honest, Carson Wentz is overrated. You know, I don't, like, I get it. Like, a lot of people have really got to stop making excuses for this guy. Like, I get it. He doesn't have the great weapons that, you know, maybe he should have. But this is the guy that we're talking about that was the MVP 2 years ago before he got hurt. This is the guy that we're talking about that he was supposed to be up there in the names with Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, those guys. And he hasn't been there. And I get it. Last year you can give him that pass. He was injured. This year, what is the excuse? He doesn't have an excuse. There's literally no reason they should be 7-7 with how good he's supposed to be and all that big contract money he's gotten. So, and Doug Peterson, I think he's a little overrated, but at the same time, he's way better than Jason Garrett.
Right.
So, there's no reason that the Eagles should be this bad with Carson Wentz. So, stop making excuses for this man.
All right.
Dak Prescott outplays him every single time that they play. He's going to do it again. Let's see. What's a good score for this game? I think in Philly they'll keep it close. Last time they played in Philly, Dallas won 27-20. I think I'll give that the exact same score, 27-20. Cowboys get it done, and they're just a better team. If the Cowboys just play like they're supposed to play, they won't lose this game. They won't lose this game. They're gonna lose this game if they make dumb decisions and Jason Garrett does something stupid. But they shouldn't lose this game. They really shouldn't. Either way, if they lose this game, bye-bye Jason Garrett. Either way, this team, whoever wins this division, they're going to get waxed in the first round by 49ers or Seattle, whoever it is. I mean, maybe they'll string a big win and beat Seattle somehow like they did last year. But whoever, they go on the road, they play New Orleans, they play Green Bay, they're going to lose. Like, they're not going to go past the wild card round. And so that's best case scenario for Cowboys. They win one playoff game, they get waxed the next round. Best case scenario for the Eagles, they win the division, they get waxed first round. I don't think the Eagles will win a game. But, yeah, both these teams don't deserve to go. Cowboys win 27-20. You got anything else to say? Preston, anything else to say?
Only thing I got to say is I want to see the standings.
Okay, I got you. I'll get on to that right after this. But, yeah, that's our picks this week. Gage, I was going to pick differently than you on that Packers game, but you convinced me.
Oh, really?
Going into this game, I was like, oh, Vikings, easily, Vikings. But then I was like, oh, Dalvin Cook.
Got injured.
But you know what? You convinced me. I'm going to stay with the Vikings.
Right.
All right. So,
I think that's it.
That's it. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Oh.